What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Otis and Gabe Show. I'm your host, Gabe, and this is my co-host, James, also known as Otis.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Today, James, what are we going to talk about?
Well, today we're going to talk about the NFL. What do we got? We got the previews, what we think the divisions are going to go down, how everything's going to go down. What's going on now? Well, we got training camp going on now, and a bunch of other stuff. So sit down, relax, and enjoy our podcast today.
Let's go.
So we're going to talk about, what's going on now? Well, we just got word that the Browns traded Corey Coleman for a 7th-round pick to the Buffalo Bills. Dude, what do you think of this?
Imagine being Corey Coleman right now. What do you think if you're Corey Coleman right now? What are you thinking? This team is on the come up. You get Tyler Taylor, you get Baker Mayfield.
You finally get a good quarterback.
You get Jarvis Landry, and you get Josh Gordon to mentor you. You're good offensive coordinator Tyler Haley. They trade you. Like, get out of here. We don't want you. We don't want you in here. For a 7th-round pick.
7th-round pick.
I mean,
that
come on.
was to Buffalo, and that is...
And to Buffalo of all places. Where the quarterback is either Nathan Peterman, who threw 5 picks in one half, Josh Allen, or A.J. McCarron. Good luck, Corey Coleman. Good luck.
That's tough. Here's what Mike Rodak had to say. It hadn't worked out in Cleveland, probably the way he thought when he was drafted. The guy was drafted the 15th overall pick in 2016.
Out of Baylor, right?
Out of Baylor, one of their 2 draft picks that year in the first round. Their first-round picks from 2012 to 2016.
They're all gone. They're not on the team anymore.
Well, Johnny Manziel was cut.
Brandon Weeden.
Weeden was cut.
Corey Coleman, traded.
Corey Coleman.
Trent Richardson, traded. Who else?
Defensive lineman. Their defensive lineman went to starting defensive lineman, played well for them. He's now in the Patriots. And they got a bunch of other players who just...
Justin Gilbert, Danny Shelton. Cam
goes to the Patriots. Cam Irving's gone.
And the guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name. So.
Wow. That is all your first-round picks from 2012 to 2016 are gone. They're not even in the program anymore.
8 players.
8 players.
8.
That is...
It's a waste.
You
can't draft. The Patriots, the Packers, any other team in the NFL has had better 7th-round picks than the Browns have better 1st-round picks.
Wow. This year, I felt like was the first draft where I love John Dorsey.
Do you like last year's Myles Garrett pick?
Yes. I think Myles Garrett is going to turn out to be one of the best pass rushers in this league.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he's a great pick. I think that started, and then this year hiring John Dorsey was a phenomenal choice. I love John Dorsey, and I love what he did. He's getting rid of the old, and he's bringing in guys who know
Baker
Mayfield.
They got Denzel Ward, the 4th pick.
There's your 2 first-rounders right there.
They got Nick Chubb. They got Jarvis Landry now. Josh Gordon's still a monster.
Tyrod Taylor you trade for.
David Njoku. Myles Garrett. Jamie Collins. Christian Kirksey.
Just a good lineup.
Jabril Peppers.
A good lineup of players.
Demarius Randall. No.
Yeah, Demarius Randall.
Yeah.
Demarius Randall was part of that trade from the Packers for Deshaun Kaiser. Mm-hmm. There's another pick in Deshaun Kaiser. I think they could have given him a chance with a new offensive coordinator, but he's out the door.
Do you like Todd Haley as offensive coordinator?
I love Todd Haley as an offensive coordinator because I think that what he brings in is veteran experience as an offensive coordinator
and mentorship
with young quarterbacks.
Okay. So now we've been talking about the Browns. Me and James have been talking about what has been the most improved team in this offseason. What do you think is me, Rams, or the Browns? The Browns, we just talked about it. They just added a bunch of new assets. They added a bunch of young assets. And then the Rams, they got Marcus Peters, Keep Talib. You know, their defense is stacked.
Ndamukong Suh,
Ndamukong Suh, yeah, that's right.
I mean,
And they have Aaron Donald.
when's he gonna?
Yeah, what happened? What's he gonna do?
When's he gonna sign his contract? No one knows. But the Rams, yes, I would say the Rams are probably that team that is most improved this offseason. The Browns, look, I love what John Dorsey did as far as bringing in their talent and the players and the athletes that they have. Can they put it together is the question they're trying to ask. So we'll just have to see. As far as this year, as far as coming most improved team this year, I like the AFC South, and I like I like the Houston Texans in the AFC South. I like them because I love Deshaun Watson coming back, and I think they have one of the most underrated receivers in the league in DeAndre Hopkins. Gabe, what are your thoughts?
For the Houston Texans?
Yeah.
I think Houston make the playoffs this year. I think they will make the playoffs. Because they have Deshaun Watson, he showed that he could play NFL football. He could play in the big leagues.
Yeah, his numbers were.
DeAndre Hopkins is another monster.
Will Fuller on the other side.
Yes. They got Tyrann Mathieu. They signed him. They have J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney. I don't know what else to ask. I mean, that team's loaded. And they were... I heard... me and my dad were listening to something. Khalil Mack is up for grabs, apparently.
Khalil Mack would be a huge asset. But
Well, all right, here. What would you trade for Khalil Mack? I heard somebody throw in... I would throw in 2 first-round picks. Well, how many... What about you?
2 first-round picks. That's a...
Is that too much?
That's too much.
Or would you do one and a 3?
I wouldn't... See, Khalil Mack is another guy who's been in the league. He's had a great career so far.
So his first year, like 11 sacks, then 12 sacks, and then 10 sacks. I mean, double-digit sacks all 3 years he's been in the league. Come on.
It's just money. And that's the thing with these guys now. I mean,
It's
they
the same
want money.
thing.
They
With every league. NBA is the same thing. In
you know, NHL is the same thing.
MLB,
They all want money.
They all want money.
I mean, look at like Julio Jones. Almost was told he told the team he was gonna hold out the entire training camp. He never held out because the Falcons had to offer him more money. Taylor Lewan held out a mini camp.
Jake Matthews.
Jake Matthews did not, but
Aaron Donald.
they paid him money. Aaron Donald is going to hold out the entire training camp apparently until they give him a contract.
I would. If I was playing NFL football right now, I don't care if I had $0. I would just want to play.
Well, that's the big question.
All right. Divisions. You want to get into this?
Yeah. So the NFC North, the Vikings, the Bears, the Lions, and the Green Bay Packers. What do you think?
Okay. Bears. Let's start with the Bears. Mitchell Trubisky. They got Roquan Smith. They have a good running back in Tariq Cohen. Jordan Howard's still there. I think they'll be good. Not great, but not really bad. Oh, they'll be decent.
They're gonna be a decent
I want Mitchell Trubisky to be good because he's from North Carolina. We're from North Carolina. I want him to be a good football player.
You're hoping for success for him because he now he's coming into training camp this year. Yes, he has the starting job this year. He's going to be the starter.
Mhm.
It's just can he and with all the weapons they actually went out and grabbed a couple receivers
They
in
got,
free agency. They got Taylor Gabriel from the Atlanta Falcons, a phenomenal
Guy from
slot receiver.
Jacksonville.
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson, that guy. Yeah.
Allen Robinson. That was the problem last year. Look at the beginning of the season last year for the Bears. All the receivers got hurt. They had no one to throw to. So this year is going to be different.
And they have a
I
two-other
think-
monster at running back, so it's. I'm not saying that they're not going to make the playoffs.
No.
No way.
They may not make the playoffs, but they're gonna be competitive.
Yeah. So I think the next worst team is the Detroit Lions.
Really.
I think they're going to be they're a third seed in that. I think Matthew Stafford has one of the biggest arms, or strongest arms in NFL, but they have Golden Tate coming back. They have questions at running back. They got LeGarrette Blount.
They do, but running back has been the question for the last
And the offensive line isn't very good
couple
either.
of years. Their offensive line is, it's like they're okay.
Their defense is okay again.
Defense is okay. They're still. I mean, they bring in their new head coach is a defensive minded guy.
Pat Patricia.
Matt Patricia.
Sorry.
Patricia is a defensive minded guy. So
Okay. Speaking of Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniels, how do you feel on him skipping out on a Indianapolis Colts head coaching job and staying with the Patriots? What do you feel about that?
I don't know, I feel like he wants to win.
Or do you feel like
I feel like
Belichick and Robert Kraft said this, that Belichick's gonna be gone in a couple of years, and they want him to take the head coaching reins?
I don't think it's that. I think it's he likes what he's doing in Indianapolis or in New England. Indianapolis is a banged up team.
But why? He's getting.
We'll get to them later, but Indianapolis is a banged up team.
And they have Andrew Luck coming back. And I don't know. I don't know why Josh McDaniels didn't do it, because I think he could have done a lot of great things in Indianapolis. But anyways, let's get back to the NFC North. Next team is Green Bay and Minnesota. Those two teams, I think, are going to be fighting for that division. What do you think?
Yeah. I would say Minnesota's defense is stellar. They are phenomenal defense. And their offense, obviously, they have their receiving core locked up. I mean, they got all their guys locked up till 2020.
Minnesota.
Adam Thielen,
Stephon Diggs,
and
Kyle Rudolph.
not Kyle Rudolph. They have their offensive weapons. So Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen, and Stephon Diggs.
And they're getting Dalvin Cook back for the full year.
Dalvin Cook back.
I forgot about him last year.
Dalvin Cook.
He got hurt, and he had a great couple games last year.
Yeah,
Remember that.
Played 4 games, blew his ACL out.
Sadly, yeah.
Sadly.
How do you think he's going to be?
I think he's going to be a stellar back. Yeah, they got a good offensive
Is
line.
he going to be the workhorse?
I think. Here's the thing. I think there are still questions about. Well, Kirk Cousins. We're paying him all this money. Is he going to live up to that hype? And that's the question I'm going to ask you. Does Kirk Cousins live up to that hype this year? And that's the same thing across the league. Does Matt Ryan live up to that hype because of the money? Does Jimmy G live up to that hype?
I think two of those people live up to the hype.
How about Matt?
What people do you think? I think two of those people can live up to the hype.
Well, here's another
I
one.
think.
How about Matt Stafford? They paid him all this money. Is it worth it?
No. Not for Matt Stafford and Kirk Cousins. For Jimmy G and Matt Ryan, yes. Because they have teams around them.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Matt Stafford, he doesn't really have a team. They're building a team. He doesn't have a team yet. He's never really had a team around him. Because Megatron's gone for a while. So there's nothing he can really do without a real number one receiver. Kirk Cousins does have a really good team around him. He had a decently good team around him in Washington. He didn't do much.
well,
his first couple years. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying the past couple years. His first couple years in Washington, he had a really good team.
They had good teams, and they just had, you know, I mean, you have guys like coming in and out. You had a coach in Shanahan, not Kyle Shanahan, Mike Shanahan, who was the head coach. Kyle Shanahan's the OC. They draft RG3, and in that same draft, they draft Cousins,
which is weird to me.
And Mike Shanahan comes out in training camp and says he made a statement that said, "I think Kirk Cousins should be the quarterback over RG3." Now, you know, history said
but Mike Shanahan not gonna bench RG3. He's not gonna bench the second overall pick.
I mean, but that's in the past now. I mean, but you see where I'm getting at here. It was a whole situation in Washington to get Kirk Cousins to be the starting quarterback, and then they didn't want to pay him, and
which I think that is a smart thing though. Alex Smith. Well, we're not there yet. We're not there. We're still in NFC North.
Who you got though winning the division? I got Minnesota.
I got Green Bay.
Okay.
All right.
How about the NFC East? The defending champs. Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, the New York Football Giants, and the Washington Redskins.
Redskins won't be bad this year because Alex Smith is a really consistent quarterback. They got Geis.
Darius Geis is going to be the starting running back.
They got. So who's the wide receivers?
They got
Jamison Crowder,
Doxson, and Paul Richardson from Seattle as your receiving core. Still got Jordan Reed, who's got caution.
They still have a good offensive line.
The offensive line is, I think, one of the best in the league.
Trent Williams, one of the best left tackle in the league.
Trent Williams is a monster. Morgan Moses is a monster. It's the guard positions they're having a little trouble with, but they're figuring that out. But I think they have Darius Geis is your starter, and did you see this? Samaje Perine they're thinking about trading him because they drafted him last year. He played all right.
He played good last year, I thought.
And now they drafted Darius Geis.
Okay. Who would you trade him for? What position? You had somebody on defense, right? Because Josh Norman for me is the most overhyped corner in the league.
Well, that's a big statement. We'll have to get to that later. But, I mean, I think their defensive line, drafting the two boys back-to-back years from Alabama, and De'Aaron Payne and...
Ryan Anderson?
No,
Jonathan Allen.
Jonathan Allen. Two sleeper picks at the 13 and 12 position in the draft.
Who got hurt in the training camp?
Jonathan Allen got hurt last year and missed the rest of the season.
Who got nicked up in training camp this year?
De'Aaron Payne nicked up his ankle this year. So, you know, I think that in that division, I'm gonna sum this up the best I can. I think the Eagles win the division. I think the Giants are still working. I don't think the Cowboys go anywhere.
I think Dak is done. I don't think he's gonna be a good quarterback in the league. I think let's talk about this. I think the Cowboys are gonna get carried by Ezekiel Elliott if he can stay in the field. If he can stay off the drugs and stay on the field and stay out of trouble.
Well, no, it's not that. It's the whole off the field issue.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said drugs. But you're right. If he can stay out of trouble, if he could do the right thing and play well, stick to football. I hope he does. He's a good running back. He's a monster.
He is. He's a really good running back, and he leads that team because because that offensive line in front. I mean, back in the '80s, they called it the Great Wall of Dallas in front of Troy Aikman. I mean, this is like part 2. I mean, these guys are.
Tyron Smith,
big time
Zach
offensive
Martin.
line. Big time offensive line, and if that's the thing for Dallas, if they can run the ball this year, that would be huge. If they can run the ball this year, with Zeke healthy and off the field issues cleaned up, and it takes a lot more pressure off of Dak Prescott because Dak Prescott last year had to throw the ball a lot more than normal because of not having Zeke Elliott. So I don't know.
I mean, also, I don't think Dak will be any good. I mean, I think he'll be a good leader. He's smart with the ball. But the concern is they lose a tight end who is
going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
who's a steady, like, target every game. Sean Lee cannot stay healthy. The best linebacker cannot stay healthy.
Not stay healthy at all.
Ezekiel Elliott can't stay out of trouble.
I don't. To sum it up, I would say I would go Eagles, Redskins, Giants, and then Cowboys.
Okay, how do you think the Giants are going to be?
The Giants are going to be pretty good. I think they're still building. I think Eli's doing well. He's got a new weapon in running back in Saquon Barkley, who was a good pick. They picked up a lineman in the second round named Will Hernandez from UTEP.
Was a great pick. And he was
I was watching
huge.
that combine. That man can move. That man's a road grader. So we'll just have to see what happens
Also,
with their offensive line this year, though, because that was the trouble last year.
you have the Giants winning.
Well, it's a toss-up. I don't know. I got the Giants, but I like either the Redskins or the Eagles.
Really? You have the
I
Redskins
think
up
the
there.
Redskins could make a push.
I think Eagles are going to win because I think Carson Wentz is the beast. So who do you have?
So I'll go Philly.
Okay. So next is the NFC South. Falcons, Saints, Buccaneers, Panthers. Buccaneers out. They're gone.
Oh.
No way. But let's
Listen.
all right, let's talk about it for a second.
You lose Jameis Winston for the first 3 games. Jameis Winston has proven nothing in the game. He's proven nothing. I just don't see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting anywhere. Even I'm not being biased here. I am an Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm not being biased here, but
So you have the Falcons winning.
I have them winning. I think we can do.
I had this. I'm not calling you biased. I have the Saints winning. Why do you think the Falcons winning?
Well, I think offensively we had struggles last year, but we got Steve Sarkisian back for another year. I don't personally like having Steve Sarkisian. I think his offense is too much of a college type system for Matt Ryan, but I feel like they're going to figure it out, and I feel like they could do pretty well, but you got to be careful because that Saints defense is deadly.
Do you think so? I think Drew Brees will have a hell of a year this year. I think he'll be good. I think they have Alvin Kamara and they have Mark Ingram. They have Michael Thomas. That offense is deadly. They have a decently good offensive line. That defense has gotten a lot better.
They have. They have gotten better. They got some good defensive backs and a solid front seven. I think they'll be good.
Now, I think the Panthers are in the same boat as the Buccaneers. They're just not very good.
I don't think they are.
Really?
I don't think they are. I think they're kind of in. I think it's been the same way in that division for the past 5 years. I think it's Atlanta, the Saints, and the Panthers all in a bundle.
Yeah.
And then it's just
The Bucs are terrible.
Bucks are just. It's like the Panthers, the Saints, and the Falcons are like at the top of the chain, at the top of the ladder, and the bottom of the ladder. I mean, just the Bucks sitting there with just struggles.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I have the Saints winning. You have the Falcons. But I think I could see 2 teams out of that division in the playoffs.
Look at last year. 3 teams, all 3 teams I just named, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Panthers, all made the playoffs last year.
That's right.
The Saints played the Panthers in the first round, which
Who won
was
that
a good game.
It was
Saints won.
That's right.
In a tough one.
Yep. And then the Falcons played the Rams in the tough
Falcons
one.
played the Rams in a tough one.
And the Falcons won.
Falcons won.
And
And the Rams were the team. Everyone was just like, "Hey, this is the
This is it.
Sean McVay.
Finally,
this
yeah.
is it." Like
which I think he's one of the best coaches in the NFL now.
he is one of the best coaches.
right.
But yeah, I got Atlanta. You got the Saints.
Speaking of Sean McVay, let's take a look at the NFC West, which consists of the Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals, and the San Francisco 49ers, which are back, baby. They're back with your boy Kyle Shanahan at the head.
I like Kyle Shanahan a lot. I really do. I hated losing him after that Super Bowl meltdown. But I really think San Francisco and LA are the two at the top. They're in their own bunch, and I think
Then,
Seattle's at the bottom
ooh, watch out.
because I don't think.
I think Arizona's at the bottom, and that's Seattle's in the middle.
Nah. I think Arizona. Well, I would put Seattle and Arizona in their own.
All right. Arizona has a new coach. Bruce Arians gone. Sad. I mean, he retired.
Loved Bruce Arians.
I did love him.
Loved Bruce Arians.
They have David Johnson back, who I think could be win comeback player of the year. They got Josh Rosen, and they have Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford is a healthy scratch every week. I mean, come on. Who's their third string? Mike Glennon.
Mike Lennon.
What in the hell has
How
Mike Glennon
was he
doing?
how was he still in the league?
I don't. He went from the backup for the Bucks.
No, he was the starter at the
he was-
Bucks.
No, he was a backup.
No, I remember him starting a couple games with the Bucks
Because
before
Jameis
Jameis
Winston-
Winston was here. Before he was there,
Oh yeah,
Mark Lennon started, and then he backed up him, and then he went to Chicago.
for money. They signed him big
For
bucks.
$14 million. They thought that he was going to be the starter.
And
Trubisky.
even though they drafted Mitchell Trubisky.
And they had another quarterback. I forgot his name. They had another quarterback there.
We don't.
We don't know, but
We don't.
it's the Bears.
Besides the point.
And then he gets traded to the.
He leaves. They cut him.
They cut him.
They cut him.
Then he goes to the Cardinals for
There's
no money
So here's the thing. There's $14 million down the drain
on a trash quarterback.
on a quarterback who's been a backup. You could list.
They wanted him to start. They wanted him to start, and he started the first couple games.
And he just turned the ball over.
Yeah, he was terrible.
So. Anyway, I don't know.
I had the 49ers winning.
I got the Rams or the 49ers. That's my pick.
Yeah, you gotta choose somebody. Who?
I like Kyle Shanahan. I like the 49ers. I do.
Because Jimmy G is just. I think he's gonna be a beast. All right, let's go to AFC. AFC North. Let's.
Oh, what
Actually,
a
no.
division.
Nah, let's start with the easy one. AFC East. Let's start with the AFC East. I like the easiest division to predict in.
New England Patriots.
New England Patriots.
Don't even need to. go into
so-
that. I don't think anyone gives. I don't.
No,
think-
let's talk about it. Because people like, cause what? Say if you're a Bills fan, they don't want to talk about it. The Bills are young.
They're
They
young
have-
and they're growing. They're growing, and they made the playoffs. I'm not saying this.
They're
it's a-
not going to make the
They
playoffs
made
this
the
year.
playoffs last year
They still have LaShawn
and
McCoy,
played
though.
in a. I think was one of the worst playoff games I've ever seen in the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills.
It was bad.
That
Okay.
was just an ugly game.
The Bills, who is their quarterback? Who are they starting week 1? I'll tell you who they have. Nathan Peterman.
AJ McCarron.
5 picks in 1 half.
AJ McCarron.
AJ McCarron, Josh Allen. Who you got? I said McCarron.
I think McCarron needs a chance because I don't think he got a chance
In Cincy?
in Cincinnati. And we'll talk about Cincinnati later. But I don't think he got a chance in Cincinnati to prove he could play in this league.
The Miami Dolphins, they getting right Tannehill back.
Oh, he's
They
just struggling.
they lost Jarvis Landry, the best receiver.
I mean, there's your best receiver out the window. I mean, they're starting from scratch.
Wow.
Miami, the Jets
Oh, okay,
are starting
okay,
from scratch.
okay. Jets I think, will be the heavy contender for the Patriots in the next couple of years.
Okay.
Sam
That's
Darnold's good.
understandable.
They're going to start Josh McCown for the first couple of
Yes.
weeks. Sam Darnold will come in after Josh McCown struggles. That's happened every year.
There might be Jets fans out there that say I'm really dumb for saying this, but I like Josh McCown. You look at his numbers last year. He didn't have a horrific year. He had a good year.
Josh McCown is a decent quarterback. He's a backup quarterback though.
He's. I don't get why they re-signed him if they went out and signed Teddy Bridgewater.
That's true. Yeah. What is this?
What are you doing? I mean,
You want to get Teddy Bridgewater?
you got 3 quarterbacks on the roster.
Who are they starting week 1?
Oh, I think you got to go McCown because I think McCown's the veteran. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater hasn't played a snap of football in 2 years.
Well, he played a little bit for the Vikings.
A little bit. But he hasn't played really in like 2 years since blowing his ACL out.
And him too. Yeah. Well, man, that's such a sad story.
I mean,
I hope Teddy Bridgewater comes back to his full potential.
maybe.
I hope he does. Okay. So I have Patriots. Who do you have?
Patriots, I mean, obviously.
All right. So next is NFC.
AFC.
No, AFC North. I'm sorry. This might be the toughest division.
This is going to be a phenomenal
Pittsburgh
division
Steelers,
to watch this year.
Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Cleveland Browns. Everybody. Okay,
Man,
let's get the easy one out of the way. Cincinnati Bengals. What do you think about them?
they're rebuilding. I don't think they're getting anywhere.
Do you think Andy Dalton will be the franchise quarterback, or do you think? What do you think about
I
that?
think he is their franchise quarterback right now, but I don't think he's getting anywhere.
Is Marvin Lewis still there?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been there for a while.
You re-sign your head coach. Everyone was saying last year Marvin Lewis is gone. He's gone.
But I think that's good.
They re-signed
That's
him.
good. You trust your head coach. It's the same thing the Browns did. They could have gotten really Hugh Jackson from a 1-15 and an 0-16 start. He won 1 game in 2 years.
Yeah.
But they're gonna trust him. Again, look what he did. He made off-season moves. He made moves
Well,
because
no.
he knows.
They brought in John Dorsey, and John Dorsey makes all these moves.
And Todd Haley too.
Todd Haley is your OC now, who brings in the veteran experience from coaching Big Ben
Antonio Brown too and
and Antonio Brown.
Le'Veon Bell.
And
They bring in Carlos. All right. Let's Cincinnati. Then
bottom of the totem pole.
4 games wins. All right. Let's go to Cleveland. Cleveland brings in Tyrod Taylor. Bring in Carlos Hyde. They bring in Jarvis Landry. They bring in Demarius Randall. They draft Baker Mayfield, Denzel Ward, Nick Chubb.
And a bunch of other really solid picks.
Right,
this year.
and so they have returning Jamie Collins, a good middle linebacker, Christian Kirksey, good linebacker, a Jabril Peppers, a young safety. They have
Myles Garrett.
Myles
and
Garrett.
Just so many more assets on that
David
defense.
Njoku. They always had a good offensive line. I miss Joe Thomas though. Well, if he could have stayed here,
One more year.
one more year, he could really lift this team up and mentor this team.
But I love Joe Thomas. His time was done, though. He retired at a great time. Yeah, I get it. He went out on an 0-16 season.
He won on an injury.
But
He went on.
well, he did go out on an injury, but definite first ballot Hall of Famer, and we will talk about later this year. We will have an episode where we will go through our Hall of Fame class for this year.
For sure. Okay.
But I like Cleveland. I like Baltimore, and I like the Steelers.
Okay.
All in.
Lamar Jackson. If you're John Harbaugh right now, how do you use him?
Well,
How do you use him?
he's a quarterback.
Okay, how do you use
I
him?
think he backs up. Well,
Flacco?
I think
Do you have him set with Flacco on the field in the game, both of them at the same time? Do you have him in the set?
no. I think he's a quarterback. I think he needs to learn and develop. We saw that first preseason game against the Bears. He didn't do that bad. He made a rookie mistake when he threw that first pick. It was a route receiver, or the DB jumped the route. So, other than that, he did a good job of staying in the pocket and just buying time by using his feet. Those are the assets that a guy like Lamar Jackson has, and also a guy like Baker Mayfield. Will he do the same? Because I think Baker Mayfield can do the same. I think he can use his feet, move in the pocket, and that's the thing with a lot of these quarterbacks coming out, all these rookie quarterbacks coming out, they can use their feet, they can move, they can make plays, and I think they'll be very successful. I think both teams will be very successful in the long run with both picks.
Now, Thursday, August 9th is the start of preseason start, but there's a real start preseason. I mean, we have a bunch of games preseason, so we're gonna get to know. And the Browns have played the Giants tomorrow, so we'll get to know. The Ravens play again tomorrow, and so do the Steelers do play again tomorrow. So we're gonna find out that conference how they're gonna do.
I think that division is just like the NFC South. It's 3 teams this year. Finally, 3 teams who are good and contenders.
Okay, so let's go. So who are you winning? Who's winning for you?
Who's winning? Either the Ravens or the Steelers.
You gotta choose one, dude. I say Ravens. You got the Steelers.
I like the Steelers though. I think this is the Steelers' last chance to be good.
How long do you think Big Ben's gonna play for?
I don't know.
A couple more years?
I don't think he has that many years left in him.
Yeah. Okay, next. NFC South.
AFC.
I'm sorry. AFC South. I think this is one of the hardest divisions to predict because I think every team can make the playoffs.
Yeah. Think the Jaguars are solid.
Jaguars are the best defenses in the AFC.
I have the Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Are my top.
Yeah, you have Houston winning.
Yeah.
I have a sleeper pick. I'm gonna change the sleeper pick because I had the Colts winning. I'm changing it to Houston.
I like Houston a lot. I like them a lot. I like their defense. They got their starting quarterback coming back. They have some great weapons on offense. And I think they can put it all together. I love what Bill O'Brien has done as far as making the offense suitable for Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun Watson is another guy. Uses his feet in the pocket, moves around, and buys time and makes plays. Mm-hmm. Instead of just doing like it's not college, you know? He can't just escape and run for 15 yards. Because if he tries to do that, there's going to be a middle linebacker who's going to come over the middle, a Luke Kuechly type linebacker, or
rock him.
Or he's just going to rock him. And that's not what you need. He's your franchise quarterback.
Right.
It's not what you need.
Tennessee, they have Marcus Mariota. They have Derrick Henry. DeMarco Murray retired. They're going to be a run-heavy team.
Oh, yeah. I think Tennessee...
I mean,
I don't know.
And they just signed Taylor Lewan.
Pick one, though. Pick one, though.
I say Houston. Okay.
So, AFC West. This is interesting.
This is hard.
The Broncos, the Raiders, the Chiefs, and the Chargers.
I think I could rule out the Broncos. That's the one team I think I could rule out.
Yeah. I think you got to rule them out, too. Because I feel like the Broncos are just... They're just not... They're all over the place. Mm-hmm. Past 2 years. They've had quarterbacks go in and out.
So now they have Case Keenum coming in, which I don't think is a good quarterback for that offense. They have Von Miller, and they have Bradley Chubb. Those are the...
I think your defense will be good.
Defense will be good.
I don't think their offense...
But they did lose to Keith Talib, though.
Yeah. But I don't
they
think
still have Calvin Harris.
I don't think that's a huge...
Calvin Harris Jr. They still have him. Okay. Oakland Raiders. I heard something about they want to get rid of Khalil Mack. John Gruden, for some reason, wants to get rid of Khalil Mack. How do you think John Gruden's... What do you think he's going to do with this team, John Gruden?
I don't know. I mean, I think they
People are saying that he's the savior of Oakland football. But you butchered this. You fired Jack Del Rio, who took you to the playoffs.
Who did a good job.
Who took you... I mean...
He did a good job. And you fire him because you think you want to get back a past Raiders
legend
coach.
Right.
And supposedly a legend.
And now you're gonna win the Super Bowl.
And now you think you're gonna...
I mean, come on. You got worse. You literally got worse.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Don't get it.
I don't know. I think Oakland...
They did sign Jordy Nelson, though.
But here's the thing. To win the division, L.A. Chargers, baby.
I have them too.
Phillip Rivers.
Melvin Gordon, Phillip Rivers, Keenan Allen, Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram. I mean, come on. That's a playoff roster for me. Kansas City, let's see what Patrick Mahomes can do in his first year starting. I think this is exactly what the Baltimore Ravens are going to do with Lamar Jackson. Is start, not let him start, but in the next year he's not. They're going to give rid of Flacco and have Lamar Jackson take over the team. That's what they did. They got rid of Alex Smith and they gave him the keys to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I got L.A. Who you got?
Okay.
So,
Conference winners. So, who is your NFC champion?
NFC champion is New England Saints.
New Orleans Saints.
My NFC championship game is Green Bay Packers and the Saints, and my Super Bowl is.
Whoa! Okay, let me say mine. My NFC championship game is Green Bay versus Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh.
And then my AFC championship game is be New England and Jacksonville. Oh, you know.
I like New England.
You know what, dude? I'm sorry. My AFC South, I meant to say Jacksonville is my winner, and I think Houston's to be a wild card. Sorry, Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be my winner in the AFC South, and Houston's to be a wild card. So I think Jacksonville, New England are going to be in the conference championship game. So who do you have? And I have New England winning that game, and I have Green Bay winning their conference game. So I have the Green Bay Packers, anyway, the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Who do you have in the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, I got Saints and New England Patriots.
Who do you have winning?
And I think, I hate to say it, but I think I got Tom Brady winning.
I think this is Tom Brady's last year.
I don't know. I like Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees can do it. I think he can. I think he's one of the most consistent quarterbacks throwing. Do you remember those years where he threw for 5,000 passing yards?
Yep.
And they missed the playoffs?
He still does it too.
Because of their defense?
He's 39, he still does it.
Because of their defense, they missed the playoffs. Yeah. But now they got a good defense, so I think they can put it all together. MVP.
Oh.
Who do you got, though?
I have New England winning the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right.
MVP? I have Aaron Rodgers.
I got Drew Brees.
Okay. Rookie play of the year for offense, I have Saquon Barkley.
Offensive rookie of the year, definitely Saquon Barkley.
Defensive rookie of the year.
Bradley Chubb.
I have Derwin James from LA Chargers. Offensive player of the year. Who do you have?
Offensive player of the year.
I have Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley.
Defensive player of the year. I have Jadeveon Clowney as a sleeper.
You know, I may change mine.
You had Luke Kuechly.
I had Luke Kuechly, but I think I'm going to change mine. I like Clowney as well. I think he has a breakout year this year. Most improved.
I say David Johnson.
I say J.J. Watt. Coming off the injury, he has a lot to prove. Helped that city dramatically last year at this time.
Okay. This is the real question. Coach of the year. I'm saying Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson for me, too. I think he's going to rally the city in Cleveland, and he's going to pull them back together, and they're going to become a winning ball club.
There you go. Amen. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to our second episode. Next, we'll be talking about college football again. If you haven't listened to our last episode, we talked about college football and preview. Can't wait for football. I can't wait for it. It's back.
It's back.
We're coming. It was a fun episode, James.
Yep.
That's fun. All right. See you guys later.